Hi, I'm Kiana, I'm 19, and I'm terrified to leave my room. This is not an exaggeration. It's because I just moved into a new apartment and I have 4 roommates that I know nothing about, and I am terrified of being perceived by anyone. My roommate is outside. I disappeared for an hour, but I'm fine now. I feel like nobody really talks about how it feels to move away from home for college. If you are fortunate enough like me to have a very good home life, or even if you have good friends back at home, a partner back at home, literally anything, it is such a big change, and I feel like people don't really talk about how daunting it truly feels at the start. And I was talking to my therapist about this because I was like, girl, I'm crashing out. But she said that it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to feel like fully settled in and comfortable after going through a move like this. And I was like, 6 to 8 weeks. The night before yesterday morning, aka the night that I slept and woke up and it was yesterday morning, was my first night that I spent here. I woke up and I just started sobbing, like full on sobbing. So I like woke up and I was like, oh, I'm awake. The sun is shining. And that's what people don't talk about. And so I'm here today to talk about it because baby girl, you are not alone. I feel like for me personally, what I thought would happen like right after I moved to college was essentially the things that I saw online, because I was seeing so many like aesthetic room tours and cute coffee runs. It does not feel as pretty as it looks. I mean, obviously it's prominent on social media. We see it everywhere. Everything that everyone posts is essentially just a highlight reel. And I don't know why I didn't know this. Probably because I was so overwhelmed with the fact that I was leaving the entirety of my old life behind to start a new life. And so I came here and I was like, cool, I'm gonna start anew. I'm gonna be independent. I'm gonna have so many new experiences. I'm gonna make so many friends, explore so many new places. And then I woke up at 8 a.m. and started sobbing for an hour. And so that's the topic of today's video. So I'm just here to tell you right off the bat that the reality is not those aesthetic coffee runs, the beautiful dorm tours, and the romanticized eldest daughter independent lifestyle. The reality instead is the fact that you are going to be scared to even use your own kitchen. Okay, so you're not insane. The reason why you feel so scared to leave your room is simply because it is new territory. You are in a completely new environment. Everything is new. All the people are new. All the places are new. You are entering an entirely new version of yourself, which is terrifying. You're basically you're basically shedding old skin and like being forced to very rapidly regrow into a new one. If you're anything like me, you're probably asking yourself, it's so simple. Just open my door and take a few steps out of my room. Just live like a normal person. We are so wrong. It feels impossible to take a few steps out of the door and feel like a normal person. A really weird sense of like, I'm not supposed to be here. I want to leave. But I'm also wrong on that part, and if you are thinking the same, you are wrong too. And that's fine, because we can be wrong together. We're learning. This is like a learning experience, right? But then I was thinking about it and I'm like, okay, why do I feel this weird? And I think it's because I don't have evidence that I am safe here yet. I haven't stayed here long enough to acquire the information that would help me realize I am safe both inside of this room and outside of it. The only way that we can escape this uncertainty is unfortunately by forcing ourselves to leave our rooms. Yeah, I know, it's so obvious, right? If you're scared of the outside world, exposure therapy, go do it. But no, it feels impossible. And that's because anxiety is such a weird thing. It makes you avoid the exact thing that would make you feel less anxious. And so in our case, it's going out, being uncomfortable in the world. Because the truth is that life literally cannot happen if you're staying inside of your room. I mean, hello? Did we learn anything from COVID? It actually reminds me of a time, aka 4 months ago, the time when I solo traveled to London. It was terrifying. And we'll get more into that in another video because that was such a monumental life experience and I think everyone can learn something useful from solo traveling. But essentially, I was so excited for it in the days leading up to the trip, but then I remember vividly as soon as I got into the airport, I was sitting there in SFO, like, I'm independent, I can do this is gonna be so fun all the time. But then I started literally having a panic attack in the airport. Then I landed, I got to my Airbnb, and then I didn't leave my Airbnb for 4 hours. There was nothing interesting about this Airbnb, by the way. I was literally just sitting on my bed looking out the window the whole time. Eventually, I was like, okay, nothing that I envisioned for myself during this solo trip is going to happen if I'm stuck in here all the time. So what I really gotta do is just get out. And so I made myself go on a walk. And it was a very short walk that I intended to go on, okay? I was like, I'm just gonna walk a little bit down my block and then I will come back to my Airbnb and I will hide away forever if I hate it. And then I ended up staying out until 10 p.m. Just by forcing myself to go on a little baby walk, I spent barely any time on my Airbnb during that entire week and a half. And it was the best decision I could have made. Yeah, but like that's kind of insane though. If he didn't mean it, then why would he say it? And so I think that this situation is like so similar to that. Kind of just like being pushed into this new life, right? Everything is scary. None of those memories would have happened if I stayed in my safe place, aka my boring Airbnb with just a bed and a window and a bathroom. I think that this situation is very similar in the sense that I'm terrified right now and you're probably terrified right now too. But the only way out is through. You just gotta go through it all. The feelings, the uncertainty, the fear, push through that and just force ourselves to do what feels uncomfortable because that is the best thing you can do for yourself right now. And then eventually you will feel comfortable because you forced yourself to try and become comfortable. So how you do this, in my experience, which literally happened both in London and yesterday, take baby steps. Just force yourself to do what I did in London and force yourself and go on a little walk. Even just down the street and back home, go for a walk. And I think you'll find that you will maybe possibly want to do more than just go for a little tiny walk. But if you don't, that's okay because you still did it. Step 2 would be to give yourself a little mission to go on. So like either go grab coffee. I've been grabbing matcha every morning and that's kind of been like my booster to like keep going out and go grab more things. I did pizza, I went to the library. I went on a really long walk yesterday because I realized how nice it felt to be outside of my room. And I ended up walking like 11,000 steps or something. And this is because giving yourself a purpose when you're going to do something feels much easier than thinking of all the things you can do. Give yourself a reason why you need to do the thing and then go do it because it'll make it feel so much easier. And then finally, this is the hardest one because we always end on the hard note, right? But it's also the most important. Let yourself be awkward. Because you're gonna be awkward. If you try not to be awkward, you're just gonna look weird. Let yourself be awkward. Especially if you have roommates, like they're not gonna care. And if they do care, then they're losers and you don't have to talk to them anyway. Let yourself be awkward for this time. And if your roommates are new, that's even better. Like both of you guys are gonna be awkward. Get comfortable first. Force yourself to do little baby steps first. And then when you start feeling comfortable, you're gonna realize that everything else is gonna fall into place. Just go out. Go do the thing. You got this. And if you don't got this, then you're a liar because you do got this. So baby girl, you're not gonna stop being scared until you eventually stop being scared. So let yourself be scared. I'm scared. I am still scared. I know all this information and I still feel scared and that is completely okay. Yesterday I did it after waking up and crying. Today I did it without waking up and crying. That's a big step. That's like a bigger step than I've ever taken in my life because my life is boring and I never take steps. And you never take steps. So this is your time to take a step. Yeah. And if you need help, just comment or something. I got you, baby girl. We're not alone in this. Even if you are alone, like you genuinely have no friends and no connections and no family and nobody around you whatsoever, you're still not alone because I got you. I am all you need in your life. Awesome. And you're awesome. And I love you. You love me, maybe, or if you hate me, then we can be enemies to lovers, that's fine. But you got this, Diva Slay Boss. That's all for today. If you like me, or if you hate me, or if you have no opinion about me whatsoever, you should subscribe because I think you'll continue feeling that way. So yeah, I'll see you on my next video where I talk about my questionable life philosophies and try to convince you that they're a good idea. Bye, baby girl. Mwah.